Charlie Palooza 2022, and I'll tell you a little bit about this, and you may hear me say this again. I've covered these events for like 25 years and seen friends and family, teammates show up for someone who's signing. And so when Charlie was a senior, and this might be a possibility, this will be the first time, instead of being the reporter asking the question, that I'm the guy sitting with the kid who's signing. So I'm not sure if Charlie or his mom really grasped what this was about, but I wanted to put this on for all the people that we know and love, friends and family, because it's a cool once-in-a-lifetime event. And so for that, I'm really happy that everybody's here. And for you young people, when you're 18, maybe we'll be here for you. Right?
Right.
All right. And this isn't the end. This is the beginning. It's like the start, the end of one chapter and the start of another. So thanks for being here. And I'm going to sit down and let our Master of Ceremonies, Downey, take the show over.
All right. Thank you. I know him as Big Game Jake. That's what I always call him. But the one thing you do not have to remember, or the least important fact you'll get, is my name's Downey Lennon. But anyways, good to see everybody here. When Jake said, would you host us? Because we've done these kind of productions at the school I was running and the like. I said, of course, because Charlie's my guy. And I was under the impression that Jake was going to be quiet for like 10 minutes. And I was going to say, what does that look like? But I think, well, whatever. Jake, we're doing all right. So, you know, as a parent of a kid who's now 30, who came up through a similar school, Loyola High School, and went on to play collegiate volleyball, I know what pride you take in your kid that they've accomplished something like this, because it's not easy. I mean, on one side, the parents, they do all the pickups and the drop-offs, and they invest themselves too. But as I'll tell any parent at this time, I'd kill to get those minutes back in traffic with my kids. Those were the best. I didn't mind it. It was great being with them. But it's the young person who's invested themselves in doing something and being good at it. And that's what really makes you proud, because you show up on time. You pack your bag the night before. You give to a team and you realize there's something bigger than yourself. And all of those things is that road to being an adult. And it's in a terrific point in that is when you're good enough that some college wants you to play at their school. So what a great moment for Charlie. You've earned it by putting in the work. Good job, buddy. All right. Now, when I first got to know Charlie, he was a little kid, but he was playing some baseball, and he was very good, right? Had a mad arm, swing the stick a little bit, and I was like, man, his mom must have been some athlete along the way. I just couldn't see where he would get it, but so, you know, Charlie was good enough in baseball, he made it to Cooperstown. That's right, his youth baseball team went out there for a tournament, and from what I understand, he pitched a great game out there, but doing those kind of things, you just come up through the ranks. And so baseball got left behind, I guess, when he got to Notre Dame High School, and water polo became the thing. And what an intoxicating game that is. I've been around other water polo players, and they're all in. But I got a feeling Charlie really jumped all in because in his first game he scored 2 goals. And I would imagine that'll get you going. And then after that, I know he spent a couple years on JV, a couple years on varsity. He had one crazy season or something to these effects, because your pops is good on stats. 40 goals in a 20-game season, not bad. I know he also came up with a game winner along the way, right? I think he beat the buzzer for a big win. Also think there's some legend that's growing about how he scored from even outside of the pool all the way across the pool on Samuel High. These are all fun memories, and I'm sure he'll take them with him. But I think one of the things that's impressive when I was reading the notes is what you see in athletes that want to get better, want to go to the next level. They invest themselves to play with the best. And so you start playing, in effect, club sports, whatever sport you might be in. So that was the Los Angeles Water Polo Club for Charlie, where you really get an opportunity to see that there's other athletes outside of your school that are really good. They're their best players. And you get this opportunity to compete. The guys that you might see across from you in high school suddenly you're on the team with them. And you're playing other people from other parts. And that's where people start to separate themselves. And that's what Charlie did. And I understand was Logan, is Logan here? Hi, Logan. I understand Logan turned Charlie on to the fact that Long Island University was looking to launch a team, right? Right? And so what a great opportunity to play Division I, to get across the country from your parents. Like, I would have jumped at that opportunity. To go to a school. Now, from what I understand, this is going to be the first year of water polo, right? And you were chaperoned by swimmers? Okay. Could you imagine if they applied, like, water polo rules to swimming? That would be different, right? If you kick them underwater, you could submerge them until they gave up. It would be a whole different thing. But pretty soon it'll be Charlie, Logan, and whoever else is playing at Long Island will be showing the next crew up, and that's got to be exciting. The other thing about Long Island that I noticed, besides what founded in like 1926, blue and yellow, was they're the Sharks. Okay. Banana slugs, anteaters, those are cool nicknames. Sharks, I got to like that. In Brooklyn, not far from the Barclays Center, like I said, Brooklyn. Oh, Sharks, Brooklyn. Got it. I like this. This is going to be a fun experience all the way through. And the last thing I'd say, Jake, is Jake noted that they'll be coming probably out west to play in the middle of September. Maybe okay, so I say road trip, people. UC Davis, we take a road trip. We get there. I know when my boy would come back out, I'm playing on that side of town or wherever you go, road trips were in order. All right. That said, I wanted to do a couple things. One, ask a couple questions of our assembled guests up here, and also have an opportunity for anybody else who wants to ask any questions. So, Charlie, I want to ask you first, what was it going from like baseball to water polo? What was it about water polo that just got you hooked? What was it that got you like feeling like, okay, this is a sport for me?
It was really rewarding. When you score, it feels really good. When you make a good pass, it feels really good. And when you're done with a workout, done with a practice after a big swim, you feel good. It's not like you're going home to rest because you had a easy and light day. You're going home to rest because you had a tough day, a tough practice, a tough swim set, but it was fun. And you really see the work and the improvement you put in practice.
They take me through kind of like a typical day, whether it involves high school or your club team, and like what time you get your day started. Because I think a lot of times people that aren't directly involved in your life don't know what a long day it is when you're like a high school and a club athlete, because it's a long day. There's a lot of responsibilities in your day. So what's that look like? What time are you getting up, getting to school?
I probably get up around 7 if I get up, and then I have a 30-minute drive to school. School starts at 8:25, and then every other day I get out at 1:30 and 3. Drive home 30 minutes, probably have 45 or an hour at home, and I eat, get changed, get my stuff together. Then I drive 40 minutes to practice. Then it's 2 hours at practice from 5:30 to 7:30, and then
2 hours in the pool.
Yeah, and then 40 minutes home, and then I do homework, and then I either eat or I sometimes work out, but mainly just eat and sleep.
Now you hit one of the important parts. I know when my boy left to go play at UC San Diego, the refrigerator looked a whole lot different than it used to look. All of a sudden, milk made it past a day. There was extra food around. Take me through your eating day, because you got to be doing some eating if you're playing water polo. I know it.
Yeah, I eat a lot. I think a lot of water polo players eat a lot.
I'm sure they do.
I have a pretty big breakfast: protein shake, bagels, sometimes some cereal too, and then I have a couple protein bars either on the way to school or during first period, and then some snacks in between first and second, and then after second period's lunch, where I have either like steak and rice, chicken and rice, and then sometimes some greens. I have another protein bar. Yep. Sometimes some snacks, just a lot of food. Then I come home, eat before practice, then Yeah, and then after practice, you got to eat too. So.
I like it. No, I mean this is important. You guys relate to this, I would imagine, right? Yep. There's some food got to be consumed. It's the only way to keep it going. Why don't you get to answer a question next, Nicole? Because I like to put Jake off for a little bit. Nicole, tell me what it's going to be like to actually have some food around the house, and how you're going to change your game once your boys in college.
I have no idea. I was thinking our food bill will go down, but I think I'm going to have to send him a lot of. I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't. But it's a lot of like making sure he's ready out the door. Waking him up. That's more than the food game. And then making sure that he's like got food to go, ready to go, food when he gets home, food for the next day. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah,
It is a lot.
He's hungry all the time.
What do you? What did you like about him playing all of these sports over these years? What parts did you enjoy the most?
I just love to watch him play. It doesn't matter what he's, win or lose, bad moments, good moments. There's plenty of both, and I just love to watch him play. It doesn't matter, just we're always there as much as we can be, and it's
Nice.
great. Yeah.
Okay, I got to let Jake talk. Jake, I know what a baseball aficionado you are. And Charlie's transition from baseball to water polo, one of the things I loved, it was not unlike my boy was a good quarterback in football, and I love football. And he goes, Dad, I'm going to go all volley. And I was like, what if Mozart's father had heard, I'm not going to play the piano anymore? He would have said, you should keep playing the piano. That was my argument to my son to keep playing quarterback football. And he's like, thanks, Dad. I got this. I got this. Don't worry. Was there any kind of concern? But I just got to say, from my perspective, I loved how you transitioned, because you jumped right in, and water polo became, all of a sudden, you knew every term in water polo.
I have to admit that you're giving me too much credit. That I still have a lot to learn about water polo, and I'm okay with that. I mean, I came to it knowing there's a goal at each end, there's a ball. The ideal is to get the ball in the goal, and everything else I kind of picked up over time. But really, you want your kids to be happy and active and doing something. I just wanted them to play a sport.
Yeah.
And yeah, baseball is what we knew, but once he got to high school, if it's going to be water polo, great. Then, go in, give it 100%, dive in with both feet. I'm sure we can come up with more cliches. And he did it. And you mentioned that he scored 2 goals in his first game. I'm saying, hey, maybe we got something here. But it is a hard game, and as you keep playing, you take your knocks, and not every game is glorious, but you got to enjoy it. You got to want to keep getting in the pool and getting better, and that's what he's done. And with the help of a lot of guys here who are on his club and have elevated his game, it's been a joy to watch. And we're here at this point because he put in the time. I mean, Nicole and I can sort of take a victory lap, but no, it's really been his hard work.
It is, and it's something I think that I always try to move forward is people of my generation, our generation, adults out there, we're always concerned these kids coming up and so forth. But the ones I see, they got their game together. They handle themselves just fine, and they're going to do just fine. All right, I wanted to see if anybody out there wanted to ask a question. I'll be glad to relate it so that the microphone can pick it up when we record it. Anybody out there got a question? Because I know if my friend was up here, I would be hammering them with questions. Yeah?
Would you say you're more excited or sad to be leaving here?
Excited or sad to be leaving, Charlie?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think I'm sad to leave, especially right as I leave, the house will finally be finished.
It's like...
But I'm really excited to be in a new city, new place, new people, and New York definitely, for one thing, it's exciting.
It's exciting. It is. Go ahead.
My question is, what is the season that you play, and is your daily schedule such that you're going to practice, before school or after or both, and 6 or 7 days a week? Because I think at a D1 level, it's like all in, like 6 or days a week or something.
So there's an hour limit on when you can practice and play for the week, because you are a student athlete. Student comes first. So you'll have double days where it's swim and then lift with classes in between. and the next day you'll be 2 days in the pool. So it's swim and swim with classes in between. And when we end up playing games, it's a fall sport, it's a fall season. And when you play games, the game times go towards your weekly hours that you can be in the pool. So on game days, you got to set aside a few hours, or game weeks, you got to set aside a few hours that you can't practice. So yeah, it'll be Monday through Friday, 2 practices a day pretty much with classes in between.
Question, so on the academic side,
Yeah.
do you want to study or do you know?
So I'm going to be doing business marketing, and at LIU, they're pretty well connected. It's in New York. I hope to do a minor in sports management and possibly get an internship with a professional sports team, because the Mets and Nets are right around the corner at the Barclays Center and Citi Field. So
The Yankees are better.
yeah, but the Yankees are a 45-minute subway trip to the Bronx.
What's the your schedule look like? Because that's one of the things you kind of forget as a college athlete. It's one of your times where you got to get good at traveling because you do a fair amount of it. So
Yeah.
what schools are you going to be playing? You looked at your schedule?
So I don't think the schedule's official yet or anything like that. I think they're still trying to figure out who we're playing, when we're playing. But I think we have a few league games with a few D1s on the East Coast, and then we'll also be playing some Ivy League teams, Ivy League schools.
Oh, you get around a little bit. That'll be
Yeah.
nice. Yep.
I'm curious, Charlie, about your hair care regimen. It looks fantastic. And follow-up, are you concerned about the chlorine damage?
Hopefully I got...
Okay. He basically asked the same question I asked Trevor Lawrence when he was on a ceremony I was hosting, which is, let's talk about the hair care. We got to talk about the hair care. And are you worried that the chlorine is gonna play a part here?
Always worried about that. Hope my hair doesn't look like this guy's in a few years. But I do my best to take care of it. Yeah. In the chlorine a lot, so gotta make sure you wash out the chlorine.
How many products a day do you use?
Yes, that is what's. There's going to be much more hair care products around the house. That's going to be a good thing.
I think shampoo, conditioner, and then
Eggshells.
yeah, just normal stuff, I guess. I don't know.
All right. Any other questions out there from the assembled? Yep.
Charlie, what are you looking most forward to in regards to playing with your team and then moving into the East Coast culture?
Yeah, most forward you're looking to moving east and also with your teammates.
Well, right now the focus is JO quals and Junior Olympics and making sure we play at a high level and we finish the club season at a higher place than where we started, which we're already on pace to do. And looking forward to out east, I'm looking forward to building a team, building team chemistry, and just being in the pool with new people, and figuring things out, because I think it's fun to create a culture instead of join a culture.
He does have. You have a unique opportunity. Who knows who's going to get the first goal in the history of the program?
Yeah,
That might just be mentioned in the Wikipedia for
that
years.
might be pretty cool. I mean, it could be Logan. Maybe the South Africa.
Gotta like that. And officially started. All right. Any other questions out there? Yeah.
Question, when your season is over,
Yeah.
and I'm not sure when that is, do you guys still practice for the end of the year and keep practicing?
So, for high school or college? For college, I think there's a little bit of downtime, and then even during that time, I think there's still weight lift and some conditioning, practicing. But there's supposed to be a period of downtime before either off season, and during off season you practice just to stay in shape, and then summer conditioning before the next season.
Okay. Yes. Oh.
Charlie, will you play Game Pigeon with me while you're gone?
Yeah, I'll play Game Pigeon with you.
Fair question. It's a fair question. All right. I think if there's any more questions, otherwise we got a document to sign, right?
Yeah.
We just might. Now, did you bring? Let's see what we got here. Oh, look out.
We have 2 copies. And a salt pen. And Charlie, you are going to sign
Oh yeah, it's official.
prospective student athletes right there.
Okay.
Nobody wanted to join me with that. I wanted like a Charlie chant. When you're in Charlie, yell.
All right. Well, hey, a lot of hard work goes into this. Congratulations. How about one more round of applause? Charlie Downey.